Hello, my name is Carol May Whittick, your creativity and spiritual life coach, and welcome to another episode of Higher Energetic Resonance, Inspirations, and this week I'm talking about life and legacy. A quote from Anthon St. Maarten: "You are born with a spiritual life plan consisting of two primary goals: your soul purpose, the growth and expansion you hope to take away with you, and your life purpose, the legacy you hope to leave behind." And before going into this episode, just to remind you that there is a mailing list that you can join. The link to that is in the show notes below, and this will be an additional email that will keep you updated on any exclusives and additional events that are happening in the world of higher energetic resonance, and also will give you additional teaching points, research points related to this episode. Also, a date for your diary: the next Creative Confidence Masterclass is taking place on Tuesday, the 10th of September. So that's a day change. It's going to happen on Tuesday, the 10th of September. So if you want to join that, the link is in the show notes below as well. This is where you'll rediscover your creative abilities, explore spiritual practices to enhance your creativity, and build a strong connection with your intuition. This is recognizing yourself as a spiritual being and then confidently integrating creativity into all aspects of your life. I look forward to the next one. From Stephen R. Covey: "The need to leave a legacy is our spiritual need to have a sense of meaning, purpose, personal congruence, and contribution." I've been inspired to create this episode because in the last week, a major matriarchal figure in my family has passed. And as a result of that, I've been contemplating legacy. If we are choosing a legacy, are we asking ourselves, what impact are we choosing that we're going to make in the world while we have the opportunity, or are we not recognizing that we have the opportunity? And we could all say life is busy. We have so many responsibilities to attend to simply keep afloat, that it's easy to understand why the ideas of doing something of relevance presents itself as almost a luxury and a privilege that very few people have. However, that is the key to fulfillment. The key to fulfillment, I believe, is to be able to look back on our lives and say that we did something important that moved the needle, not just for others when we're using our creativity, but also for ourselves as we explore our own spirituality. And that was highlighted in that Anthon St. Maarten quote, and that really opened up this episode for me. And I talk about the connection between spirituality and creativity, and that's the foundation of my work. It's my philosophy for myself and the methodology of my coaching. As we explore one, the other improves and then expands into more questions and more possibilities for us. And it doesn't really matter which one you take because it opens up the other one. To explain further, the more that we create, the more that we witness the limitlessness of our ideas, and our own genius is then reflected back to us. And if we remain producing, inevitable questions will arise, as in, how am I doing this? And where is this all coming from? And that was what sparked my own curiosity about my own creativity. And then as I went through my own journey of spiritual awakening and exploring many different modalities, started to see that there was a very strong connection between the two. As you try to make sense of the answer, you realize that there is more. There is something feeding you, something speaking to you, something directing you, and it's not tangible. It's your intuition, your inner teacher, the voice in your head, your soul, your higher self, your spirit, your connection and your hotline to the divine. And even though you may refute it or others may refute it, the evidence remains in your work. External voices might demand that you have pragmatic explanations of what's happening, but what remains true is your experience of something otherworldly happening time and time again. Accepting yourself as a spiritual being and realizing all that that affords you is a powerful and yet humbling shift in perspective. It shows you the futility in the way that we identify ourselves and others. For example, cutting others off because of the boxes they need to tick on a form. And this is where I often feel that people misunderstand me. I'm never talking about erasing your cultural heritage, but rather not leading with it. These are chosen earthly lenses, and to certain extents they are and they can be limiting. If your identity is solely that, then you're vulnerable to manipulation, and we're witnessing this time and time again. If you're looking from the perspective of your soul, you can see how we funnel down that awareness of being spirit, that all-encompassing, connected to God, down to being triggered, offended, anxious, doubting, proudful, arrogant, judgmental, divisive, small. It's, if you imagine folding a duvet as you best can and stuffing it into a matchbox so it's all contracted and suffocated. Conversely, if you choose to open up and be in the world as expanded as you dare to be, and you push against that contraction and you choose to stand tall in the face of all the contradictions of others and their contractions, you will be inspired to create. You will see what can be done. You'll know wholeheartedly and whole spiritually that you are capable, and you'll feel a sense of purpose to do it and do it joyfully. And it's a sway between creating, which inspires you to deepen your knowledge, hone your ability, which then fortifies your awareness of your spirituality, and that spirituality, which emboldens you because you know there's more to be and to do. In concluding this episode, I have questions for you to consider, to meditate on, to journal. What is your legacy? What is your legacy to yourself? What kind of experience do you choose to have in this world? And this is not even thinking about what you want to put out into the world, but how well, how deeply do you desire to know yourself? How expanded do you want to be? To what level do you want to witness your own expertise? If you choose to fully explore, to fully experience, and to fully appreciate your life, you will be living a personal, private legacy. And if that is the state that you are within yourself, you will in turn leave an external legacy. To close, a quote from William James: "The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it." Thank you so much for listening in to another episode of Higher Energetic Resonance Inspirations. I appreciate you being here. And if you appreciate and enjoy this episode, please feel free to leave a review and also share it with others that you believe will enjoy and benefit from the episode content. You can find out more about me on my website. It's carolmaywhittick.com, carolmaywhittick.com. Also found me on LinkedIn and Facebook under Carol May Whittick, and on Instagram, Kazmic, Kazmick. Until the next episode, thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.